Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Victoria Lane. We begin in Islamabad, where a group of political figures, including former PTI leaders Fawad Chaudhry and Imran Ismail, have convened under the banner of the National Dialogue Committee, or NDC. The group is urging both the government and the opposition to immediately begin structured talks to ease growing political tensions and foster national unity. The committee has recommended the formation of separate dialogue committees, the release of political workers, the withdrawal of cases against them, and an end to restrictions on political activity and media freedom. The NDC also emphasized appointing opposition leaders in both houses of parliament and cautioned against using the armed forces for political purposes, calling for broader confidence-building measures amid ongoing economic and security challenges. For more on this, we go now to our correspondent in Islamabad, Sarah William.
Thank you, Victoria. The meeting here in Islamabad brought together politicians from different backgrounds, reflecting concern over the country's deepening political divide. Participants stressed that dialogue is now essential to prevent further instability, particularly as economic pressures continue to mount. They also warned that limiting political space and media freedoms could worsen public distrust. The committee says it is ready to facilitate talks if both sides show willingness to engage constructively.
Thank you, Sarah, for that update from Islamabad. Staying with political developments, Pakistan's Defense Minister Khawaja Asif has warned that a recent incident in Venezuela could pose serious risks to global peace. He said rising international tensions linked to the crisis there threaten global stability and called for unity at home beyond political differences. Asif also criticized the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government's position on security operations, stressing the need for inclusive political dialogue. His remarks come amid international debate following U.S. military action and the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, raising questions over international law and global security. Turning to Azad Jammu and Kashmir, the AJK government says it has implemented nearly all points of its agreement with the Joint Awami Action Committee that fall within its authority. Information Minister Mohammad Rafiq Nayar said issues requiring federal involvement will take more time due to constitutional and procedural processes. The PPP-led administration under Prime Minister Raja Faisal Mumtaz Rathore has held multiple cabinet meetings and is working on measures including reduced property transfer taxes and the expansion of health card facilities. Officials say the government remains open to talks with the JAC and committed to public welfare and timely elections. In aviation news, Biman Bangladesh Airlines is set to launch direct flights between Dhaka and Karachi from January 29th. The twice-weekly service will restore non-stop air connectivity between Bangladesh and Pakistan after more than a decade. Officials say bookings are already strong, reflecting high demand. Pakistan's Civil Aviation Authority has approved the route, which is being hailed as a boost to bilateral travel, trade, and people-to-people ties. Pakistan is also preparing to host a major diplomatic event later this year, the 9th OIC Ministerial Conference on Women. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar chaired a high-level meeting in Islamabad to review preparations, directing officials to finalize logistics and coordination with the OIC Secretariat. The conference is expected to highlight Pakistan's commitment to advancing women's rights across social, economic, and political spheres. In the United States, a historic milestone has been reached in local politics. 2 Pakistani-origin Muslims have been elected to top leadership roles in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Sumbul Siddiqui, originally from Karachi, has been elected mayor for the 2026-27 term, becoming the first Muslim and Asian woman to hold the office. Meanwhile, Burhan Azim, an MIT-trained engineer from Burawala, has become the youngest deputy mayor in the city's history, underscoring the growing influence of the Pakistani-American community. Finally, tensions are rising in Minneapolis after an ICE officer fatally shot a man during a large federal immigration operation, prompting city leaders to demand that federal agents leave. In the Pacific Northwest, Stevens Pass remains closed following a powerful winter storm that caused widespread power outages. Meanwhile, the historic Pittsburgh Post-Gazette has announced it will shut down this May after 240 years of publication. And across the country, millions of workers are receiving larger paychecks as 19 states implement new minimum wage hikes, with Washington state now leading at over $17 an hour. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Victoria Lane.